The Pope identifies his crisis as mainly internal. He admits there are many pressures on the family. However, political pressures, financial pressures, but the most serious is internal. And, says the Holy Father, the very existence of the family is at stake. Well, let me tell you, the Pope is not indulging here in rhetoric. For over a century now, self-declared social scientists have been saying that the family has been known for 2,000 years. The family must be removed. In other words, the family is said to be a mere historical accident. The family, it is said, was created by political power, by the state. And above all, the family built on the false assumption that the father is the head of the family. I began reading Karl Marx at the age of 14. My first prayer book was in Russian script. My background is Slav. And my some 2 weeks last year in Moscow made me tragically feel at home. In other words, behind not merely the dislike of what we call the family, but, and this is in learned circles, the claim that the family, as has come to be known in the Western world, needs to be, we would say, removed, is uppermost in the agenda of, well, I know, 5 years in the faculty of a state university. Among the top priorities in the agenda of the social scientists of the Western world. Not to know that is not to know what is really going on. Just a brief comment before we go on to number 2. In reality, contrary to this, shall we call it, demonic ideology, it was Christianity that brought the family as we now know it into existence. It was through Christ's teaching that a monogamous, lifelong commitment in marriage as a foundation for the family came into being. except for Christianity, there would not be a family. And therefore, behind the removal of the family is, needless to say, the removal of Christianity. So far, number one. Number two, prayer is indispensable. I wish to assure you that the Holy Father is not merely, dare I say, indulging in pious rhetoric when he speaks of the indispensability of prayer. He identifies three forms of prayer that are necessary, not merely for the well-being, but even, in the light of what he said at the beginning, for the very survival of the family, which is being undermined by ideologies that are subverting the very existence of the family. Says the Pope, prayer by the family, prayer for the family, and prayer with the family. Three prepositions. It would be well to remember because the Pope explains each one. What does he mean by urging prayer by the family? What he means is that members of the family pray together as a family. Now watch this. Because we need divine grace not only as individuals, we need divine grace as social beings. Which prompted me to make up the following syllogism. First premise: no prayer, no grace. Is a defined article of the Catholic faith. We know now who will reach heaven: those who pray. We know now who will not be saved: those who do not pray. But then, second premise, we need grace for ourselves as persons. We need grace as societies. And the single most fundamental society in the world is the family. If, and this is an article of faith, if there is no grace without prayer, and we need grace not just for ourselves, I repeat, as individuals, we need grace for ourselves as social beings.